Welcome back, viewers. No fishing today. What I'm going to show you is how to make this into this. Now this is part 1 of our epic winemaking video edition. And what we've got here is about 1/4 ton of Shiraz, premium grapes from the Swan Valley, harvested from my mate Daniel Pinelli from Pinelli Wines. And these grapes come from vines about 40 years old, so they're going to be real nice and prestige. If you come over here, I'll just show you our apparatus. What we do, we put the grapes into the hopper, into the crush. I'll just show you a bit of a demo. Oh, fuck. So we do that. Son of a... And we crush them. Right, we turn this little apparatus. The grapes fall into the container here. And what I've got is this old crate that catches all the crushed berries and the stems. Right, and what we do, we sort of sieve it out like that. Turn up the hand. Discard the stems, put them into the bucket there, or you end up with the pure must. Right, so what we do with our grapes, after we crushed a bit, we try and analyse it, and we kind of work out how many grams of sugar per litre is in the actual grape content, because it's the sugar that gets converted from the yeasts into alcohol, and basically we can have a rough estimate of the potential alcohol. So this one here, it says 15%, which, I mean, they're still quite pulpy, so it could be about 14.5% potential alcohol. So these grapes are very sweet. Another method to determine the sweetness is to use one of these little gizmos. It's a refractometer. Basically, you get the grape and you just squeeze a bit of the juice onto the screen. We close it. We look for the little scale here, and it's telling me roughly 14.5%. So I was right. It's about 25 bricks. Okay. What I also do is to determine the pH level of the grapes. Now the pH is basically the acidity, and that sort of tells me if I need to add more acid in there. Now the acid is important because it gives you it's a natural mouthfeel of the finished product, the wine, and it also helps to preserve the grapes, preserve the wine. So at the moment I've got a pH reading of about 3.38. Now that's actually spot on. I probably don't need to add any additional acid, and if I do, I've got this powdered stuff that just blend it up with the water and just add it in. But I don't think I need much at all because this is spot on. Okay, so we've cleaned everything up, we've crushed the grapes, had enough time for a haircut. Now we put all the juice into this big cherry bin. Now the trick is you can let it ferment by itself, or you can give it a bit of a boost. And what I like to do is to really give it a kick start. And there's a good old trick is that you start using your old laundry. Like, you've got to make sure that they're dirty. Woo! So that should do it. A couple of socks, a couple of more dundas, okay, a bit more, yeah, one more will be fine. Hat, it does the trick, gives you extra flavour. And in Italian, anche con una bastone facciamo vino. So even with a bat or an axe in this one, we're going to make good wine. So chuck it all in, give it a good stir. Righto, so I'm going to show you how it all looks in the barrel here. So when you come in here, so it hasn't quite started fermenting yet. I have added the yeasts and also the extra ingredients that you just saw. And by tomorrow this will already start to lift and you'll see bubbles coming up. So as you can see, the fermentation has definitely started. Everything has risen because a byproduct of the fermentation is carbon dioxide gas. So what I need to do is actually plunge all the cap down into the juice so it's always mixed in together. And what I do is I've got this big PVC pipe and eventually just need to plunge it down. Bit of force. That's how much gas is actually coming up. So it's actually quite hard. And I'll just show you. There we go. So you can see it's definitely fermenting and it's doing a really good job. And the intention is to make sure that the skin's always in contact with the juice, because it actually extracts a lot more colour and flavour out of the skins and the seeds and whatnot. Anyway, it's quite smelly, which is a good sign, and you can actually start getting a bit intoxicated because it's quite messy.